During my time as an executive chef, there were a lot of things that I looked for in a cook to see if they would be good at either being a shift lead or even my sous chef. So what I'm going to do is I divided these up into about 7 skills. Now, some of them are more nuanced, but this should give you a good general idea of the skills that an executive chef would be looking for. Some executive chefs will have a different list of priorities and what they're looking for. Some don't even care if you have experience because their attitude is they can train anybody. This list is just meant as a general guide of some things that a lot of people, I believe, would be looking for. So right off the bat, number 1 is palate. I want to know that you understand what good food actually is. Now, you don't have to be the world's foremost expert on every flavor combination that's ever existed known to man, but you do need to be able to understand flavor profiles and take criticism from guests or myself if we have something to say about the food and be able to adjust and correct. Next up is accountability. When I'm looking for someone to be in any kind of leadership role at all, I'm looking for someone who can hold themselves accountable for the successes and the failures. I don't want to see someone always blaming others for their mess ups, or we'll take something more nuanced. Say a member of leadership screws up, maybe they don't show up for a shift, and maybe there's only line cooks available to do the job. There is no shift supervisor, sous chef, or anything like that. Say the exec out of town, whatever. Sometimes cooks will think to themselves, well, gee, if this place falls apart, then the manager's going to get it, and I might have a better shot at getting a promotion. That's not how it works, bud. What I'm looking for in a future leader is someone that can turn these bad situations around, or at least demonstrated that they tried to do something, that they had the ability to keep things from falling apart, and they executed those things. Maybe service still wasn't perfect, maybe the ticket time still went up, but they at least tried. We succeed as a team and we fail as a team. Of course, the person that didn't show up is going to get in trouble, but I'm not going to look at any of the line cooks who let the restaurant take a nosedive as possible future leaders, because leadership should be able to think through situations like that. And the higher up the chain you go, the harder those problems are to solve. Number 3 is leadership. If I see you take it upon yourself to teach skills, I see you take the reins when the kitchen is getting buried in tickets. If I see you stepping up into that role in a natural and non-kiss-ass kind of way, that's going to put you light years ahead of everybody else. I want to see that you have the patience to do this job. I want to see that you can keep your cool even under duress or during the busiest of times. I want to see people coming to you for your input and advice, especially if they're coming to you over the current lead. Number 4 is problem solving. We didn't get a certain product in for a holiday rush. Now you actually have an idea for a special that we can run. If I see you becoming the person that I can rely on in a pinch without even asking, like, you're just like on top of your shit, that's problem solving. That's what I would want to see. Number 5 is technical skill. Knowing how to turn out product. Not just knowing a recipe, but why we cut the vegetables the way we do, why we add acid to certain dishes like a vinegar or lemon juice to brighten something up, how to fix a broken sauce or something that's oversalted. I want to see that you know what you know and you're confident about it. Number 6 is business mindset. Now, this will probably be one of the hardest ones to learn without another leader showing you some of this. But understanding why we buy, say, whole salmon instead of individually wrapped frozen fillets, or know how to cost a recipe, or can take inventory, knowing what the actual yield of a case of broccoli is, stuff like that. Like the stuff on the back end, the computer crap. It's actually why I ended up going to school for restaurant hospitality management rather than learning how to cook. I got my cooking experience actually on the line, and I learned all of the nuts and bolts stuff going to school. Number 7 is the guest mentality. This is the skill that I personally want to see above all others. I want to see that your top priority is bringing value to the people that sit in our restaurant every single day. I don't want to see you complain about special orders or guests coming in close to close, or we have people waiting at the door to come in. I want to see that you go out of your way to make the guest experience the best you possibly can from the back of house. Honestly, someone with a guest mentality is like finding gold in a new leader. This mindset shows me that you care about providing value and that you care about the future of the restaurant. Frankly, personally, I take the guest mentality mindset over every other skill. If I see that you can train somebody really well, but then you drop a middle finger as soon as a ticket comes up because you want to go out for your 5th smoke break, guess what? I'm not going to see a leader in that person. I want to see somebody who treats the guests like a member of their own family, at least a member of the family that they actually speak to. If you are new to the industry and you just want to know everything there is to know, I actually have a Restaurants Basics playlist right here that's got well over 20 videos in it. You can check that out. If you have any thoughts, comments, feelings, leave them down below, and I promise I will read them. I read every comment. I try to respond to as many as I can. It's just going to keep getting bigger and bigger, and you can just watch the whole thing all the way straight through. Everything from what's in my knife bag to restaurant red flags, applying to a restaurant, interview questions, anything that you can think of. And if there's ever any topics that you want me to cover specifically, let me know in the comments. That's actually how this video got made. People heavily responded saying they wanted tips and advice on advancing as a line cook. I can also expand on any one of these tips. Let me know as well. One way that you can help me is by subscribing to the channel, sharing this with somebody that you think might need a little bit of help in this department. But otherwise, you guys have an awesome day, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.